The Atlantic Ocean was unusually generous that season. Every morning before sunrise, fishermen returned with overflowing nets, and the coastal village buzzed with prosperity. Among them was Jubril, the most successful fisherman in the region. At dawn each day, he stood proudly on the deck of his fishing boat, directing his crew as they sailed into the endless blue waters. On the shore, his wife Amina watched from a distance, whispering prayers for his safety. Amina trusted her husband completely. So did the rest of the village. To everyone, Jubril was a hard-working family man whose honesty was as solid as the ocean tides. But 20 kilometers away, in another fishing settlement, lived a woman named Zuri and two children who also called Jubril father. For 5 long years, Jubril lived a double life. He divided his time between 2 homes, 2 women, and 2 sets of children, stitching together lies as carefully as fishermen repaired torn nets. To Amina, he complained, "The fish market is terrible these days. Profits are barely enough." To Zuri, he boasted, "The sea has blessed us this month. Business has never been better." Each woman believed she was the only one, and for years Jubril managed to keep his secret hidden. Until the ocean decided otherwise. One fateful night, dark clouds swallowed the sky. Jubril and his crew were far from shore when the winds began to howl. The sea turned violent. Towering waves crashed against the boat like angry giants. Lightning split the clouds. Then came a monstrous wave. The boat capsized. Men were thrown into the raging waters as the storm unleashed its fury. Jubril fought desperately to stay alive. Hours later, fishermen from a nearby found him on the beach. Barely conscious and suffering from broken ribs, he was rushed to a small coastal hospital. News of the accident spread quickly along the shoreline. As word traveled from village to village, both Amina and Zuri rushed to the hospital after hearing that Jubril had survived. Neither knew the other existed, and neither knew that destiny was about to expose a secret buried for years. The next morning, Amina entered Jubril's hospital room, carrying a container of hot soup. She paused at the doorway. A woman she had never seen before sat beside Jubril's bed, gently holding his hand. A child stood nearby. Before anyone could speak, the child looked at Jubril and asked innocently, "Papa, when are you coming home?" The room fell silent. The words struck like thunder. Jubril's face drained of color. Amina slowly placed the soup on a nearby table. Her hands trembled. "You have another family?" she whispered. Jubril did not answer. The air itself seemed frozen. Then Zuri turned toward Jubril. Confusion clouded her face. "Jubril," she said quietly. "Who is this woman?" The truth stood exposed between them. There was nowhere left to hide. The betrayal sliced through the room like a sharpened blade. Outside the hospital, villagers gathered in groups, whispering and exchanging shocked stories. Inside, both women unleashed years of pain, anger, and heartbreak upon the man who had deceived them. Jubril had survived the storm at sea, but the storm waiting on land was far worse. Amina left him. Zuri left him too. His fishing boat was lost forever beneath the waves. Though his broken body eventually healed, his reputation never did. The respect he had spent years building vanished overnight. No one in the village called him Jubril the fisherman anymore. Instead, whenever his name was mentioned, people shook their heads and said, "There goes the man who drowned in his own lies." If you're enjoying these stories, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell and stay tuned for more incredible tales coming your way.